Sure, why nobody talks about this when you're feeling anxious or you're having a panic attack, but it's going to help you significantly. Maybe because it's just too easy. Now, there's a theory in counseling called cognitive behavioral therapy. And within cognitive behavioral therapy, there's a strategy called exposure therapy. So let me explain to you what exposure therapy is exactly. It's exposing the person to the event that causes them anxiety. So for instance, my daughter used to be really scared of escalators. And every time that we would go on the escalator, she would just freak out. And so we started really slowly. And what we did is we watched the escalator. And we watched the people going up the escalator and people coming back down the escalator. And then she would watch me go up the escalator and me go down the escalator. And I would walk her through it. I was like, okay, I'm going to put my left foot on here and then I'm going to meet my right foot. And I was telling her all of the things. And so eventually what happened is it started to get less anxious for her to watch the escalator. And when her anxiety was lower and she was feeling a little bit more comfortable, what we did is I held her and we rode the escalator together. And we rode back down the escalator. And then finally, what we were able to do is we were able to work up to the fact that she then was able to get on and off that escalator all by herself. Now, because I was able to use exposure therapy with her, now she can go up the escalator, down the escalator. She doesn't even think twice about the escalator anymore. But the key to exposure therapy is actually doing the things that scare you over and over and over again, because what gets repeated you get to be less anxious. A lot of times when we have anxiety, what we want to do is we actually want to cower and go away from the thing that causes us anxiety, when it's actually the exact opposite of what you need to be doing. Now, I get as a mom, it would be so much easier to just be like, okay, we're going to go get in the elevator, but that's not going to solve her problems overall. And so I'm so glad that we took the time to use exposure therapy to help her with her anxiety over the escalator, because if it wasn't the escalator, then it was going to be the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. And eventually she's just going to be an anxious mess. And so exposure therapy, making them do the thing that makes them so anxious, is actually really, really beneficial for them. So I hope my story helps you, or I hope you can share this with somebody else that might need it. And I started a whole community for moms like us. So if you need to be a part of a community, all you need to do is go click on my face and you'll see all my stuff.